Okay, welcome everybody to another class on articles and countability. One of my aims is to demystify articles because I think there's all sorts of weird and wonderful explanations for how we use articles, and very few of them are actually useful. It's really quite difficult to understand this particular topic, but if you look at your mistakes, it should become clearer, the whole picture of how we use articles. So firstly, this one's got nothing to do with articles. This is about countability. Well, actually, no, it's not about countability. It's about articles, excuse me. And I want to make it clear that with many, many words, not just most, but with both, all, some, there are others. But have a look at this. We can say both students or both of the students. Yeah, and I'm going to put a plural countable noun there. It's quite important. We can say both students or both of the students. We can say all students or all of the students. We can say some students or some of the students. But what will always be wrong is this. Wrong, yeah, most of people, wrong. Most of time, wrong. And guess how I'm going to fix it? Most of the people, most of the time, and then they're suddenly correct, yeah? And so what I want you to learn, a pretty simple rule, is that when you start with a determiner, like both, all, some, most, and then you have a plural noun, you can do either way. You can say both students or both of the students. You can say most students or most of the students. Now, I do see a little difference between most students, which sounds like you are talking about students in general, and most of the students, which might mean most of the students in this class, most of the students in this country, most of the students at university. It sounds more like it's a specific group within a group. But in most situations, in most of the situations that you will come across, you see what I'm doing, guys? In most situations, both are possible, okay? Both forms, both of the forms, yeah? Both forms are possible. Both of the forms are possible in most of the situations. But actually in both of, if you can get rid of the of the, we very often do. And you very often can, yeah? In both situations, both forms are possible, yeah? So yeah, be aware of this and never use this both of students or some of students. It will always be wrong, I promise. And that's why these two are wrong. So that's a nice simple rule that's got nothing to do with definite and indefinite and existence and God, and there's nothing philosophical about this rule, and it's as simple as that. So just learn it. There are other ones, other determiners that are on here, and I think if you watch my video on determiners on the grammar course, you will learn about all the other forms that are possible here. But both, all, some, most are the ones which immediately come to mind. Neither student, neither of the students. Okay, with neither and either it's slightly different, but you'll have to watch my video on determiners for more information. So that's one mistake that very often crops up. Yeah, that's a really, really common mistake. So make sure that you are aware it's a mistake. Okay, number two is about countability. These were good advices. No, this was good advice. Yeah, because advice is uncountable in English. It might be countable in your language. I think in a few other languages it's countable, which is why so many